Guys, enough. Please, guys, please. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm your host, Adam Friedland. Get your seatbelts on, and you may want to tighten them, because it seems that two clocks have moved forward this week. The regular clock in observance of daylight savings time, and a different theoretical clock. No, not a cuckoo clock where the little guys come out and suck your dick. I'm talking about the economic doomsday clock. Although, I would love to get my hands on one of those dick-sucking cuckoo clocks. If anyone knows where I can get one, just let me know. But before we get into the bank stuff, I just want to say how happy I am that we're getting rid of daylight savings time. I gotta lose an hour of sleep just so some dumbass farmer can have a better time riding a tractor around? How many farmers even are there? 5? Sacrificing the comfort of most Americans for a small group of lazy rednecks is literally the definition of white supremacy and privilege. Daylight savings time is racist, and it needs to be torn down just like the statues of those Confederate generals that we did during George Floyd. For all the shit that Monsanto gets, replacing the American farmer with automatic Zamboni machines and corn made out of COVID vaccines is 100% absolutely worth it to me if it means I never have to deal with daylight savings time again. So with that I say, good riddance daylight savings time, and if you're a farmer, kill yourself. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the other clock, the doomsday clock, or whatever the fuck they're calling it. From what I understand, this week it struck 1 minute closer to midnight as federal regulators stepped in and shut down not just one, but 2 banks due to fears of insolvency. Both Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank have been placed in FDIC receivership. And what's receivership, you ask? I'm not exactly sure. But I guarantee you, it's Donald Trump's fault. Unless, of course, it's a good thing, in which case, thank you, Kamala Harris. The main bank in question, Silicon Valley Bank, is the second largest bank failure in United States history after Washington Mutual collapsed during the 2008 financial crisis. The third largest was some other bank I've never even heard of. Honestly, I was shocked the World Trade Center didn't make the list. And like most liberals that lived through the 2008 crisis, I can tell you right now that if there's anything I hated more than the Islamophobia in those years, it was the goddamn bailouts. Yes. The big bank bailouts. We all hated banks and they shouldn't be bailed out. And I agree with that. We shouldn't bail out Silicon Valley Bank. I mean it. A bailout is a bad idea. But this time, it's different. Wait, hear me out. Yes, shareholders should lose their money. Anyone dumb enough to invest it in the bank should get fucked. That's a machine I'm willing to rage against. Let's not forget who had their money deposited in the banks. We're not talking about a bunch of Wolf of Wall Street finance bros here. Everyone hates those guys. We're talking about the tech industry, the people that brought us beloved services like Twitter and TikTok and Grindr and the Dominion voting machines. These are the people that fund every progressive idea that we've basically ever had in this country. If the tech industry were around in the 1960s, I guarantee you they would have built a social media platform for MLK. We can all agree on that. The tech industry is literally the only industry in America that still has a dream. Think about how much good the tech industry has done. Think about Steve Jobs. Sandals used to be gay. Think about the push for more climate responsibility in business. You think Exxon would have done that? No. Just the idea of ESG businesses would have seemed Yahoo before a bunch of computer nerds changed the way that we think about the environment. If we don't bail out the tech industry, we're sending a message to the only good capitalists in the world that they will have to pay for the sins of their social cohort. And I'm sorry, but that sounds like racism to me. I'm serious. Isn't that what racism is at its core? Judging an entire group based upon the actions of a few? Is there really that much of a difference between Silicon Valley Bank customers and George Floyd in this instance? By refusing the depositors of Silicon Valley a guarantee that their money is safe, aren't we basically unfairly punishing the brightest and most innovative members of our society because people that look like them, financially speaking, have made our lives miserable? And maybe you're okay with that. Maybe you're thinking, fuck them. They're a casualty in the war against capital. But to me, that sounds fascist. That sounds like something Hitler would say. If you believe that we should punish the most progressive capitalists in the world just to make some silly point, well, if you believe that, you might as well set your clocks back all the way to the 1950s. This is the Adam Friedland Show, and we'll be right back.
Call action whenever you want.
Well, you shouldn't take the stuff off the
This is the Adam
desk.
Friedland Show, and today's desk piece is a little behind the scenes on how to make a desk piece.
For fans of the show, anyone who's been following, we usually have a desk piece at this segment.
Hey, what kind of cream do you use on your head for dandruff?
I use a company called Devines. What are you doing right now? Oh, a desk piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, frame them up. Let's go. The only component left we have missing from this show is the desk piece.
Yes.
And
Shouldn't I have an old-timey microphone?
sure. You know, they do, like Letterman would do top 10 lists.
Yeah. So we got to find our own kind of signature stuff.
There's got to be a thing, a refillable, like word of the day, like Pee Wee Herman's kind of word of the day.
Okay.
But then in the Larry the Cable Guy sort of way, you
Is this desk a little high for me?
refillable bits. So the word of the day, I'm thinking word of the day is vagina. You don't know beforehand. You put it on your forehead.
Okay.
And you have to say, well, today's word of the day. And you pretend to be a Muslim that's like a psychic.
Okay.
He's got psychic powers. That's a big late night thing.
I am the Muslim psychic. And welcome to today's word of the day.
All right, well, read the word.
I can't read it if it's on my forehead.
Just take it. I'll take it off. I don't know. I never watched Carson. I'm not. People talk. You ever meet comics now? They're like 25 years old and they're like, oh, dude, Carson was the best. And
Shut
it's
the
like,
fuck up,
what are you
bro.
talking about? Oh, you know what my favorite car is? The Ford Model T.
Okay, so
But then you go and then instead of saying it that way, you do like a Larry the Cable Guy thing where you're like a black guy and he's like, I'm vagina. I'm vagina. Get a damn job.
Yeah.
You know?
Ooh, I'm vagina. I'm vagina. Find out.
I'm vagina find out. Oh, how about alligator? It's like alligator pregnant when I put a gun to her head and fuck her and come inside her. You know, you do that. Alligator.
Yeah, that is very funny. Yeah. Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'm vagina. Find out.
Yeah, so that would be the word of the day, and then you'd say it that way for the
vagina.
Find out.
I'm vagina.
By Savage Garden.
By Savage Garden.
Okay,
By Savage Garden.
Perfect. So we can do
and
that.
Then I do
whenever.
a throw, right?
Top 10 Irish drinks on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Here's a fun Irish cocktail. The woman Bill O'Reilly raped.
I don't know if that's kind of weird to want to do that kind of show.
All right, the woman.
We got a serious.
The woman Ted Kennedy
almost killed.
No, he did kill her. Drowned her.
He killed.
You're gonna get so drunk.
Yeah.
On this St. Patrick's Day, you'll have more liquid in you.
Yeah.
Than the woman Ted Kennedy.
It might be important.
Who do you think it could be?
Hi, we're shooting the desk piece right now.
Top 10 girlfriend phone
my
calls.
mom is coming over.
Why? Top 10. The mother-in-law.
She's coming over.
Top 10 bitch mother-in-law moves.
No, Nick, don't put that on the show. Maya, we're shooting the show right now. You're actually on air.
Well, I don't want to be on there.
Well, you shouldn't have called.
Well, you shouldn't have called. I hung up on her.
Okay, top 10 characters based on horoscopes. Bob Sagittarius, who got the vaccine and fucking died.
Aries Spears.
Aries Spears. Yeah. Very good. Adam.
Gemini the science guy. I saw him walking on the street the other day.
Bill Gemini, the science guy?
Bill Gemini the science guy. I saw him walking.
It's crazy that he just wears it out of his pants.
I don't understand how he keeps getting away with it.
I don't know, because he's a science guy.
Well, I asked him.
Good luck trying to convict that guy in court.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the best prosecutor in the world. As soon as he gets that chalkboard out and starts throwing equations up there, it's lights out, pal.
And we will be having science guys on the show.
Top 10 races, James Bond. Top 10 Andrew Callahan rapes.
No, come on.
Sorry.
Things you can do in New Orleans.
Top 10 Jewish holidays.
What if when I died, Nick, I had a New Orleans style parade funeral kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd say at my funeral, I don't care how much it costs. I want nothing but just fat old black women.
Just
They're
saying.
just crying
With fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Fainting. Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to bash women, really.
That's not a woman.
Come on, man.
No, I'm gonna start misgendering.
Can you imagine?
We gotta get this desk piece.
I
going.
make love to the president's daughter, and outside there's a fucking guy with an earpiece, waiting in the hallway. Like, did he come yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the hell do they call them the Secret Service? What are they, gay?
It's our little secret.
What are they, gay or something?
Write that down. So these are good ideas?
Here's another desk piece idea, Chat GPT. We type things in and we ask Chat GPT questions.
I asked them to write a monologue joke on Chat GPT in the style of Jay Leno. It was pretty good. You know, I live here in Los Angeles, and you know, I'm sitting in the highway. There's so much traffic. The freeway, LA's freeway. I'm sitting on the freeway. There's so much traffic, and I see a sign. It says Los Angeles, City of Angels, and I think to myself, why don't they call it Los Angeles, City of Angels and Traffic?
Okay, Chat GPT, you've been caught by your girlfriend cheating. Get out of it in an Adam Friedland style way.
In the style of Adam Friedland.
In the style of Adam Friedland, how would you lie to your girlfriend?
Can we actually just look that up? I'd like to know what they say. We've had a fucking revolving door until this episode of Why Peepo coming on as guests. So I'm thinking really just get ahead of it. Queer, female,
fat, morbid obese,
ethnic minority, and potentially
bald for sure.
Disabled.
Yeah. Did you get short round from the Oscars?
We could get short round.
Yeah.
But he's in demand. He's just got an Oscar. Like, he's going to ask for too much money.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe a giant spider.
So, Dave, thanks a lot for whatever.
So, just as a quick outro, folks, well, that's how you do it. That's how you write a desk piece.
Hey, guys, stay tuned. Why are you facing into Nick? Guys, stay tuned. Beloved actor Ernie Hudson is here today. Our next guest is a beloved entertainer, veteran of over 50 years. I can't believe I'm saying this. Everyone, please welcome Ernie Hudson. I can't believe it. It's a real show. It's a real show.
Great.
Welcome, dude.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, sir. How are we doing?
I am really, really good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm good, and I'm excited to be able to spend a little time with you.
And couldn't be more thrilled. You just came here from the Today Show?
I came here last night to do some press. I did do the Today Show.
Yeah.
And, New York Live and some other stuff that I have no idea who they were, but it was fun. And so here I am.
And you're saying this is much nicer than any of those programs?
This is the highlight. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's...
the crushed velvet, I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, well, it helped that the Today Show picked up the ticket, but it's great to be here with you anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you know, you have to fly here. I wasn't just in the neighborhood. I mean, I was...
Well, I have a special announcement. We are paying for you to go to Sandals Beach and Resort in Jamaica, everyone!
Oh, Sandals.
Sandals!
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man, wow. That's...
I just made that up. I didn't really mean it.
I'm not going to Sandals?
Well, Sandals is like a place you go with your lover, and so we could only afford for one person. So if you want to go alone to Sandals, you're going to be surrounded by people that are in love and stuff. And
Damn.
okay, I mean, let's run that again. We are paying for you to go to Paris.
Paris?
Yes, with your partner.
The Paris, not
with your
Paris,
wife.
Texas or something.
We are paying for you to go to Paris, Texas. Yeah, to the Wim Wenders Film Festival. Have you seen that film? Paris, Texas.
I did see the Paris,
Harry
Texas.
Dean Stanton.
He was, one of my favorite actors.
Much like you, he was always kind of
old and working.
I was going to say a titan of the industry, but he was always in supporting roles. But Paris, Texas was his kind of his one starring role.
And I'm so happy he did that because he was amazing.
Do you aspire to have like that one role?
I'm still looking for my Paris, Texas.
For your Paris, Texas?
Yeah, I've been 250 plus films, and I still haven't found my Paris, Texas.
Well, I could pitch you on one if you'd like.
I would appreciate it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's just tell me if you think it's cool.
Okay.
So it's about an NBA referee who's betting on games, and he's involved with the mafia, right? It's based on
Okay.
this guy, Tim Donaghy, who's an NBA ref.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you could play this guy.
Right.
And he gets involved with the mafia, but his personal life is a real mess.
Okay.
He has a 13-year-old girlfriend. He does methamphetamine. It's kind of like, like one of those...
It'd be different. It would be different from me, but this would be a real...
It wouldn't be real drugs. You'd have to act like you were on them.
Well, I got to get in character. I got to research, man.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of actor. I mean, if I'm going to go there...
Your method.
Yeah.
Your method.
I mean, not
yeah.
with 13-year-old girls, but I mean the drugs.
No, well, she would be of age, but we'd say she was 13
Right.
in the movie.
Yeah.
It
And
would
then
be,
you'd have to do a disclaimer because...
it would be played by me, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 35, but I could play a 13-year-old. I got range.
The drugs would have to be really good.
The drugs.
Some serious drugs to make that work.
Yeah, your reps are now like typing furiously on their phones. They're like, get him out of here right now. NYPD, they're pulling a fire alarm right now. Obviously, I've been a fan my entire life. I saw
thank you.
Ghostbusters when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then, like I was telling you before the show, I used to watch Oz with my family every Sunday after Sopranos.
Yeah, Oz was very, very special. I mean...
It was an incredible show.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I love
Yeah.
the cast, love the wonderful storylines,
Uplifting.
Yeah, I mean, all families have someone
Yeah.
in prison, some brother they don't talk about is,
You were saying you suspected that my parents were showing me that program to scare me straight.
Yeah, I think some kids should never see Oz. It was too intense. And then there are those kids who really need to see Oz to question their path in life. And you
Yeah.
might have been one of those kids.
Yeah, I was in a bad way. I was doing graffiti.
Ah,
Yeah, I was writing. We called it writing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was throwing up tags.
Which is interesting that you tagged other people's property, but I'm looking around here, I don't see any graffiti.
Well,
It's
I got scared straight from Oz because I didn't want to go to the shower.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, you don't want to be in the shower. because of
shower is
graffiti.
scary, yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, it's too wet to do graffiti.
You would definitely change your tag when after Oz.
Yeah, please don't hurt me.
Right,
Would be my
yeah.
tag.
It's just ouch.
Yeah.
I'm ouch now.
Prison would be a tough place for a Jewish guy, I think.
Prison would be a tough place for any guy, but.
Any guy, but
yeah.
Oz talks a lot about this, but the people kind of split up by race, kind of,
Yeah.
in prison.
Yeah.
And the only option for a white guy would be
To change your name to Davis.
the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
And then I'd have to, if I wanted to get protected,
Yeah.
I'd have to join the Nazis, and my parents would come visit me in prison, and I'd have a swastika neck tattoo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd be like, I met friends. What do you want me to You told me to meet friends here.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
could you after what they did? No, I used to watch that with my family. It was shocking. Yeah, it was truly shocking to watch that with your mom sitting next to you.
Yeah. But she probably couldn't stop watching, so I guess.
Oh, she was laughing. I don't know why.
Yeah. Women made up the biggest portion of the audience.
It's weird. What is that?
I don't know. All the guys took their shirts off except me.
Well, you were the warden.
I guess, but still, I mean, I felt.
Have you had a shirtless scene?
They tried. I always wear suits. They always put me in suits.
You're
I
a
don't know,
suit
yeah.
actor.
I guess, but I was in incredible shape, and they still put me in suits.
You look like you're still in good shape.
I am, but I'm still wearing suits.
You're always like Principal Ernie, basketball coach Ernie.
Yeah.
That's kind of your wheelhouse.
I guess, man.
But you
I
could
mean, I like
be-
to think I've done other things too. I mean,
I'm saying that's your typecasting. I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
the
being offensive.
responsible person, even though I've never had a real job, but I'm glad people see me that way.
you have a real job. You're one of the finest actors in America.
You talking about doing this show?
No, I'm saying you're one of the.
I don't get paid. Are you paid?
We're sending you to Sandals and Beaches Resorts. We're sending you to. What's the horny one, Hunter? No, there's in Jamaica. There's a Sandals for horny people. Dave. Thanks. Our producer's gonna look it up.
Okay.
We can cut that too if the studio doesn't want it.
Just the way you describe it, we're sending you to the horny one.
We'll send you the horny.
Horny one.
Yeah. Oh, Little St. James Island, I believe. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No. My parents let me watch rated R when I was young, but they'd cover my eyes for sex, but they'd let me watch violence.
That's America. Yeah.
Violence was like not against the rules, made me not want to be violent because it was like I was allowed to watch that. But it made me really want to have sex really bad.
Yeah. Well, that's,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably the healthy approach.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it got complicated when I watched Oz, though.
Why did it get complicated?
Because that's a different type of. I'm just kidding. So Ghostbusters was your first big role? I'm a bad interviewer.
Right.
Fuck. You're
I
having
didn't know how to
fun.
respond. I was like,
What would you consider your first like big role?
haven't had it yet. I'm still looking.
I mean, I think Ghostbusters are pretty big.
Well, Ghostbusters was big, but it wasn't a big role. You know,
I thought it was
my
the most
movie. interesting
character in Ghostbusters, legitimately. Besides the ghosts, of course.
Well, thank you, but yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters was, it wasn't career changing. It wasn't,
You don't consider it to be career changing?
How do you know when career changes? What happens?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not challenging that. I just think it's interesting.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm asking. I mean, what?
Well, I've
because
heard
maybe
you-
it was, and I might be using the wrong
I
criteria.
mean, I think it's just like every kid in America, like even not even kids that were alive then, but kids that are born now, their
Right.
parents show them Ghostbusters, you know?
that might change their life, but what's going to change my career?
I understand what you're saying.
Now, if I made a lot of money, that would be career changing.
Sure. Is that
If I got a lot of big roles, that would be career changing.
Is that your like understanding of like what it would have been to be career
life changer? Yeah. No, if
And
if
I
you do
saw
something, if you
you've-
do something and your rent is due, and when it's over, your rent is still due, then that doesn't change your career.
You said in an interview that you felt slighted because they left you off the poster.
Yeah, that among other things. I mean, but and I don't know if slighted. I just.
I mean,
sometimes-
that's fucked up. No,
well.
you're one of the four guys.
Well, you think so, but then there may be people who don't think you are,
What
who
was
control the posters.
What was
I
the
don't control the posters.
justification?
I don't know. People don't explain justification when they do stuff. They just do it, and you kind of go, "Why is?"
I mean, is it what?
I have no idea. I don't know what other people. I mean, I can say maybe what I might.
Are we
think is
thinking?
happening.
I think we're thinking the
We're
same
probably
word.
thinking the same thing, but
Does it start with an R
well, yeah, it's.
and an ism at the end?
But I don't know that. Honestly, if Eddie Murphy had played the role that I played, it might have been a whole different. I'm sure it would have been very different. In order to keep moving forward, you kind of have to go. You know what? Let me make peace with this so I can get on with building my career.
Right.
I was a single dad, so the kids got to eat.
Right. Has there ever been a moment where you've walked away where you're like, I can't?
Yeah, I did a television series called Highcliffe Manor. And I first got to L.A. and I really, really needed this job. I went in and I fought for this job, and I always kind of had a feeling that they were kind of laughing at me, sort of. The character's name was Bambo. He had gold teeth, an earring.
Bambo.
Bambo, and he was a South African voodoo doctor.
Oh, a sangoma.
Who was, and every other word was Bwana. And they took a canoe from South Africa to America. It was a comedy. It was supposed to be a comedy.
That's funny.
And that is funny.
Now that's funny.
And
they rode all the way there from Africa
in a canoe.
In a canoe.
The next day, the studio called, and I went in. We had a meeting, and so, well, what about it that bothers you? So the character's name went from Bambo to Smythe.
Bambo.
And they really wanted the voodoo doctor, but he had graduated from Oxford, but he also knows this medicine, so he's kind of, and we got rid of the gold teeth. And that was a long time ago, but it really changed a lot of things when I would just go, I can't do that.
So what, at this stage in your career, like what compels someone? Like, is there an artistic ambition that you have that you're like kind of searching for?
Well, sometimes I think when you work for so long, you're almost embarrassed to ask what you want, but the reality is, I want to be the star.
But you're still an artist.
Yeah, but also I want to be the star of the movie. I want to be the guy that the story's about. I mean, if somebody paid me, if I made $20 million, that would probably change my life.
How about a trip to Jamaica?
But yeah, I mean, to go to Sandals,
I mean, I hear great things about Jamaica.
Yeah. No.
I hear it really changes you. I
So,
saw the film when how Stella got her groove back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she goes to Jamaica and it really changes her. She meets a very sexy Tay Diggs.
That's
And
right.
she gets
yeah.
her groove back.
And I
I'm not saying you would do that.
I hear the writer also met a very special person on that show.
Really?
Yeah, and it didn't work out, but
Really?
she got a groove for a minute.
She
When you reach a certain point in life, you start counting the possibilities. How many more months are there?
Yeah, but think about Harry Dean Stanton in Paris, Texas,
That would be great.
Yeah.
But now, a lot of the roles that I've been asked to do is not the role.
Can I
and that's
pitch
a
you?
different thing. Absolutely.
Pitch you. Broadway, right?
Okay.
Broadway, your name, big lights, okay?
Yeah.
You, starring.
Nothing to do with 13-year-old girls and drugs, right?
No, this one, okay. You, starring, man, and then
Okay.
tiny letters. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, tiny on the bottom, right? And then the play is, get this, the all-male reboot of the Vagina Monologues. Would you do it? Think about how small their names are.
Yeah. That. Well, yeah. That. The marquee doesn't have anything to do with what's in the show.
Well, I'm saying, but everyone's.
So I'm not really worried about the marquee as much as the marquee is nice, but the script.
Can I ask you a spicy question? And I know if you
Vagina Monologues have
No.
to do with
come on,
some
that's,
tiny
that's
island.
PG-13.
Okay, all right. So go ahead.
Okay, spicy question. You probably have to, and you might, I don't know, you probably have to like do Comic-Cons or kind of whatever. Or is
What
it?
do you mean have to?
Like you probably there are a lot of nostalgia fans of like Ghostbusters, right?
So what do you mean have to?
I mean, you probably like do those kind of things, right? Or like you. But that's not. I'm not saying have to. Okay.
Okay, let's take the have to out. Okay.
Let's rerun that question.
Okay.
Is it annoying to deal with nerds? You probably got nerds coming up to you all the damn time.
I don't really quite know.
My friend Ian, I was texting, you were coming on the show.
Right.
He's like, I have a proton pack. He's like, I wish I could wear it and take a picture with Ernie. I was like, God damn it, that must suck for Ernie.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't
come
see
on,
that.
let's be real about these nerds.
No, I don't know.
No one's saying it, but these nerds need to be taken down a little bit. Let's give some swirlies real quick.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You don't mind the nerds.
I don't always understand, but I can appreciate somebody really loving something enough to. I was in Arizona and one of the Ghostbuster fans came up and asked to take me to dinner, and I thought, I believe if he asked, I'm like, sure. So I go to dinner with him and his wife, and
then he wanted a threesome?
Well, he goes to the bathroom, and his wife says, "Would you please talk to him?" He took their car, and bought an old Cadillac and turned it into an Ectomobile, and the only car they have is the Ectomobile, and she has to go buy groceries with this thing, and people
so
want to sit on it
embarrassing.
and take photos, and he's so into the Ghostbuster thing that. So, like I said, I don't always understand it, but I appreciate when you love something that much, whatever it is. It's like
Very diplomatic, Ernie.
as long as it's not violent and stupid, and
The
I'm
fans of
for
this
it.
show, some of the.
Yeah, as long as they don't, they show up with
A
a video or backpack they want me to sign. They show up with an AK.
Yeah.
7 and and
You don't want
with
an
a bullet
AK-7.
with my name on it, Ernie. That's a whole other ball game.
Oh my God. Because you and we're cool guys.
Okay, good.
And then like these nerds come up to us and we, just in our minds, we just want to pants them, in front of the whole school.
The
Do you sing? Have you ever made music?
I've done some musicals. Yeah, I mean, I like to sing.
You sound like you could sing real good.
Well, I sing better when I get paid.
I sing better when it's just me and a sexy girl. And I got the acoustic out, and I'm singing Coldplay.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You said you tried stand-up earlier in your career.
Yeah.
Was that post Ghostbusters you were doing
It was
stand-up?
it was post right after the first Ghostbusters. I saw a lady recently who said, "I saw you at that comedy club. You were just awful."
Really?
She said, "Yeah." She said, "You weren't
She
funny at
roasted
all."
you? She remembered 30 years later you saw.
Yeah, I told her I was just having a bad night. You should have seen me the night before. I was really good.
Being a grandparent seems pretty easy. You just give them cigarettes, and you
Yeah,
do
I
like
do.
my grandpappy used to do. Just give me
Well, if I-
cigarettes, give me pornography. He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, well, because you end up doing a podcast. But if I did it to my kids, it'd be all over. Ernie Hudson gave his grandkids, cigarettes
My
from
grandfather was famous himself.
Yeah,
Evil Knievel.
that was your grand. Oh, okay. Well, that explains the pornography and the cigarettes.
Well, his name was Evil Knievel, but he wasn't the motorcycle one. He was the Jewish one.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he didn't jump over any buses or anything.
No. He was just mainly complained, printed out his own coupons. Yeah.
Well, that's a challenge. It can be a challenge.
This coupon is a promise. He used to say. That was his big line. He used to say, "This is a promise." I'll never forget it. We put it on his gravestone.
Those coupons help you build this studio. I'm sure.
Oh, no, he did nothing for me.
did nothing?
Besides the cigarettes.
I thought you told me that was his suit you were wearing.
It's my father's suit.
Oh, that looks good.
Who are we
481.
wearing right now?
I'm sorry, I'm almost embarrassed. This is Hugo Boss.
Ooh.
But,
You know he's a Nazi.
well, now you tell me.
You never know these days.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't look too much into people's.
This suit was made by Jeffrey Epstein. Wait, so let's talk about champions.
Champions, yes. I play a coach of a minor league basketball team. Woody Harrelson plays my assistant, who, to avoid going to jail, he's assigned to take over this basketball team of these young
Developmentally
disabled adults,
Yeah.
and he's reluctant to, because he's only doing it because he,
And he's a little bit of an asshole.
he's a little bit, which is why he got in
Yeah.
trouble to begin with. And then slowly begins to realize that these people are really pretty incredible, and it's sort of a journey of growth for him.
Are you and Woody friends? You enjoy working with him?
Yeah, I mean, my version of Friends. I mean, I don't know how he sees it, but I really like him a lot, and I'm a fan of his. I think
He likes smoking.
he makes no
smoking that
yeah.
crap.
He does.
Marijuana.
But in fact, I think he just opened a dispensary in Los Angeles, some big dispensary.
That's a good business.
Well,
We got to go into that.
I can't deal with it. My system is,
I can't. It drives me insane.
it's,
I
and I
hate
get
it.
paranoid, and it's just.
I think everyone literally in my life hates me. That's what happens. I smoke it. I'm like, why did you say that? Why'd you ask Ernie those awful questions? I was really just freewheeling on that one. Yeah, everyone hates you. You're gonna fail. You spent $300,000. Why'd you buy these stupid chairs? So you're embarrassing yourself in front of like a beloved actor. So you say Woody's your friend in the sense of like.
Well, yeah, I think he's my friend. I mean, but
Who's your best friend?
My best friend?
Yeah.
I don't know. My best friend is someone I grew up with.
Would you put me maybe, I don't know, top 25?
Well, but 25. I don't think I have 25 friends, but
So I could
you can be number 25, sure.
But if you don't have 25 friends, there's empty slots ahead of me.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to move you too close to the front because somebody else might come along and they like better. But you're safe at 25.
All right. I mean, I guess you're like you play a coach in this movie, so you're motivating me to work for that number one slot.
It would be nice.
I will work my tail off. As your best friend, I can't tell you. I will be there, morning, noon, and night.
Well, that's the thing. To be my friend, I really don't want you to be there. You know what I mean? It's like we're friends. You don't have to be there. You don't have to show up.
But
You
we
just-
could go to the Horny Sandals in Jamaica together.
No, we don't go anywhere together. We're
Why
just
not?
friends. We're friends.
But that's what guys do, you know? Watch the game, go to Horny Sandals Jamaica.
No, we're not that kind of friends.
What do you mean that kind of friends? Best friends do that kind of stuff.
No. You be my best friend. Stay the hell away and do your show.
That's not
And
what best friends are.
It
Ernie.
is. Best friend. We respect each other.
I respect you so much. It makes me sick.
That's why I don't want you to call
I
me.
get
Just-
sick, very sick.
I know.
You know.
I know. You
But
told me you get paranoid when you smoke
Because
and
I'm
stuff.
Jewish. I'm Jewish.
That's okay.
My stomach is a nightmare.
That's okay. I don't think it has anything to do with that, but
No,
maybe
it does.
it's just you got a bad stomach.
No, it's genetic. Yeah. I come from a long line of bad stomachs. My entire family is just for centuries. I'm nauseous.
Again, that's why our friendship
But
is a
that's
distant
no,
friendship.
but best friends talk about that kind of stuff. You got to talk about uncomfortable things.
No, I don't want you to talk to me about your uncomfortable stomach.
But you can talk to me about
I know more about your
anything.
stomach now than I ever want to know. I don't want to know any more about
Why
your stomach.
don't you want to know about it? It's your best friend. I would want to know anything about
I
it.
want to feel good about you.
Don't you feel good about me? I'm really charming.
The
fun.
less I know, the better I feel about you. Trust me.
I play guitar.
I didn't need to know that.
Why not?
I trust you, but it's okay.
I wrote a song.
Don't play anything for me, please.
It is the greatest song ever written.
That's good. And I can believe it now
I'll text
because I never heard it.
I'll text you the demo. I'm gonna text it to you after this. We have each other's cell phones, and you're gonna and you're gonna be like, Adam, that was the greatest song I've ever heard in my
You
entire
don't
life.
want to run the risk of ruining our friendship.
Why? I feel like your concept of what our friendship is completely different to mine. You're ruining our friendship to me.
No, we have a friendship right now.
I
This
love
is good.
it.
This is good.
I love this.
We're never going to lose this. We're never going to lose this. We'll always have this.
We'll always have New York.
Yes.
Ernie Hudson, everyone.
My pleasure, man.
Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Give it up for Ernie. We're gonna now watch this. We're gonna do this cool thing. Watch this.
Okay.
Do the cool thing, guys.
How much did that cost you?
$1 million.